Are you planning on going to Angola? Well, lucky you, I'm kind of jealous. I want to go to Angola too. Or are you living in Angola and you are in need of the best Angolan SIM card, or just want to know more information about, well, buying a SIM card in Angola? Well, you came to the right place, because in this video I'll tell you all about buying a SIM card in Angola, and I will even tell you which SIM card is the best and more. So let's just get started, shall we? Hi! It's Audio for Phone Travelers here, where we talk about everything related to traveling with your phone, from local SIM cards, SIM card reviews, international roaming, mobile hotspots, just everything related to traveling with your phone. And if that sounds like your thing, make sure to subscribe, especially if you are a frequent traveler. In today's video, we will be focusing on Angola, which is one of the 54 African nations out there. Well, at least recognized nations. I know they are like disputed areas, but still. So first we will start with the foundations, like the operators there, where you can buy a SIM card price. I will tell you which one is the best. I will also tell you more about the mobile data rates compared to other African nations, coverage, and just everything you need to know. So let's just get started with number one, which is the operators in Angola. In Angola we have two operators, which are Unitel and Movicel. And you may be thinking, Unitel, I've heard that operator before. Yes, because Unitel is also active in Cape Verde or Cabo Verde, or however you want to pronounce it. And Unitel from Angola actually owns Unitel in Cape Verde. So that's why. But yeah, in Angola we have Unitel and Movicel. Number two, where can you buy your SIM card? So if you go to any of these official operator stores, so Movicel store, or Unitel store, you can go there and buy your SIM card. Well, how much does a SIM card cost you? A SIM card will cost you 900 AOA. And when I say AOA, I'm not referring to that K-pop band. No, I'm referring to Angolan Kwanza, however you pronounce it, which is the currency that they use in Angola. Number four, and if you have been to other African nations, or if you are from Africa, you know that you have to register your passport details when buying a SIM card in Africa, and the same applies in Angola, except for two other African nations, and Namibia is considering it, but they're not forcing registration right now. So make sure to bring your passport with you when you go to a Movicel store or a Unitel store, because they need it, and they will also be checking your visa details, so make sure that your visa is still valid. But I know all of you won't overstay your visa, I hope. And number five, this begs the question, well, should you use a VPN because you have to register your passport details? Well, in most African nations, internet censorship is not really a thing, or very selective, or they're only targeting like journalists or something like that. So as a regular Joe, you don't really have to worry. What you do have to worry about is just general hackers and bad actors on the internet that are trying to steal your information, especially if you're going to connect to unsecured Wi-Fi hotspots. And just as a quick introduction, a VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, and what it does is it creates an encrypted tunnel between your connection or your device and the VPN server and the website that you're visiting, making sure that nobody can actually snoop or look and see what you're doing on the web. The VPN that I would recommend if you're going to Angola, or if you're living in Angola, is Surfshark, and then connect to the Nigerian servers, because those are the closest servers to Angola. There are no servers in Angola right now, maybe in the future. But yeah, if you want to learn more about Surfshark, make sure to go to phonetrace.com/Surfshark. And just as a disclaimer, if you use this link and decide to get yourself a Surfshark subscription, I earn a small commission for being an affiliate for Surfshark, and it just helps with the YouTube channel and the site phonetrace.com, so thank you for that. Okay, number six, we've done all the foundation stuff. Which SIM card or operator is the best in Angola? If you want to get the best SIM card in Angola, then you want to go with Unitel. Unitel has the best coverage in Angola and also has the fastest speeds. But you do have to be aware that usually the best operator is the most expensive, and that also applies in Angola. So Unitel is more expensive than Movicel, but you do get better quality of service compared to Movicel. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. Okay, so now we know which SIM card is the best. Let's just talk about mobile data rates in Angola compared to other African nations, because it's always nice to see, or in my opinion it's nice, because I like data. It's always good to know that if you're actually overpaying or underpaying when you are traveling around and buying a local prepaid SIM card. The average cost of getting 1 GB of data in Angola is 6.10 USD, according to the Alliance for Affordable Internet. Well, Angola is considered to be part of Central Africa, and the Central African average for 1 GB of data is 8.12 USD for 1 gigabyte of data. So Angola is a bit on the cheaper end. But what if we look at Africa in general? Well, the African average is 6.45 USD. So Angola is slightly under it, so that's always nice. That's, you know, that's good to know. But that's just data price. What about coverage? How is the coverage in Angola? Well, the coverage is actually quite decent, especially if you're staying in populated areas. If you have watched any of my other African videos or have been to other African nations, then you know that usually the populated areas have good coverage, whereas if you go to rural places, there's nothing. Unlike other regions around the world, let's say Western Europe, Northern Europe, where, well, even rural places have coverage. In the case of Angola, you will see some images on the screen right now of the coverage maps of both Unitel and Movicel. You see that coverage is quite good, especially compared to neighboring countries. Angola is doing quite well. I'm actually quite impressed. Alright, now it's time to talk about the prepaid packages offered by these two operators. What I always do in my videos is I only show data packages that come with at least 1000 megabytes or 1 gigabyte of data, all the way up to 5 gigabytes of data, so that you can get a quick overview of what type of data packages are offered by the operators, because some operators, they have like 100 different type of packages, and if we would go to 100 different type of packages, well, nobody would like that. I used to do that in the past, nobody liked that. So I'll only show you the data packages that come with at least 1 gigabyte of data, all the way up to 5 gigabytes of data. If you want to learn more about the packages offered by both Movicel and Unitel, make sure to go to phoneToWest.com/Angola-guide, and you can see it all and read it in peace as well, and learn more about buying a SIM card in Angola, like the small details that I leave out in this video. Okay, so we first see the Unitel bundles, which are only 2 that actually meet these requirements, and we see the Movicel bundles. Let's start with Unitel, because they are the preferred operators. You see that there are only 2 packages that meet the requirements that I stated earlier, and those are the net bundles, which are the data only bundles. You will see that Unitel uses a little bit of a weird pricing strategy, but you also need to be aware that unlike Movicel, Unitel does not include a mandatory 14% tax in the prices. So that's why we have a dedicated column with tax, where the Movicel tax prices are the same, but the case with Unitel, it's not the same. For 2000 AOA, you will get 1 gigabyte of data that will last you 31 days, so like a proper full month. And for about, let's say, 5000 AOA, you can get 3 gigabyte of data for 31 days. So let's look at Movicel. With Movicel, we also have combo plans that meet these requirements, and with these combo plans you get on-net minutes, off-net minutes, on-net SMS and off-net SMS. And in case you're wondering, well, what is on-net and off-net, if you would call from a Movicel number to another Movicel number, it will be considered an on-net action, so on-net call or on-net SMS, whereas if you would call to a Unitel number, that will be considered an off-net action. So you always get more on-net minutes or on-net SMS compared to off-net. That's just a general thing, if they have this distinction. Most operators, or some operators, don't really have this distinction. They just say minutes. You can use it to call wherever you want in the particular country, of course, because international minutes is a different thing. The combo plans that met these requirements, they are called Carga or something like that. I don't really speak Portuguese, and they are valid for 30 days. When you look at the data only bundles, the MovieNet bundles meet the requirements. They are called MovieNet. Starting from 1900 AOA, you will get 1 gigabyte of data that will last you 30 days. Unlike Unitel, it will last you 30 days instead of 31 days. All the way up to 7900 AOA, where you will get 5 gigabyte of data for 30 days. So those are the packages offered by Unitel and Movicel. Just a handful of them. If you want to see all of them, make sure to go to phoneToWest.com/Angola-guide, or you can see the link in the description or in the pinned comment down below if you don't feel like typing it up, which I can understand. Number 10, which is actually the final point for this video, is should you roam when you're in Angola? Well, in general, I will always say get the local SIM card. It's much cheaper. I actually have many videos dedicated to that. I have a playlist to buying local SIM card. But in the case of Angola, I'm not really sure if I would actually recommend roaming in Angola. If you're from a place that's not Africa, I wouldn't even consider roaming in Angola at all, unless they have like a roaming package that has reasonable pricing, which is usually they don't include Angola for that. But even other African nations in Central Africa, they don't really include Angola in their affordable roaming packages, at least from what I'm aware of. You can always check to see if roaming in Angola is affordable to your standards, as in if you're willing to pay the price that the operator will charge you. But I would just recommend getting a SIM card from Unitel or Movicel if you want to save money. And if you're staying in the populated areas, especially the capital city, if you're going a little bit more exploring, go with Unitel. Will be much better for you. So yes, those are the 10 things you need to know about buying a SIM card in Angola. Which SIM card are you going to try? Are you going with Unitel, or you say, well, I'm gonna save some money and go with Movicel? Comment down below. If you have been to Angola before, or if you're living in Angola, share your experiences with these operators. I want to know your experiences. They are different from mine, which always seems to be the case when I asked this question. If you want to learn more about buying SIM cards in all the African nations, then this playlist is for you. Once again, I'm Audu from Phone Travel Biz, where we talk about everything related to traveling with your phone, from local SIM cards. I also do local SIM card reviews, which means that I buy SIM cards, like all the SIM cards that I can buy in a particular country, like 15 in Australia, and test them all out. International SIM cards, mobile hotspots, international roaming, just everything related to traveling with your phone. If that sounds like something that would be interesting for you, which it should be for both locals actually, expats and frequent travelers, make sure to subscribe. Yes, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.